Good morning, guys, and welcome to ArtiumPro. If you're new to the channel, first time you ever being here, make sure you hit the subscribe button down below. Alright, so let's go ahead and get started on the US30. We're looking all the way back to February. You can see we've been downtrending for quite a few months. So whenever you start looking for a trade, you start looking to do your analysis. This is kind of where I start to see where all the movement is on a monthly basis. As you look at this, you can see we've been downtrending for a while, and our 4-hour multi-time frames is showing bearish. So currently we're on the 1-hour chart, and you always want to keep in mind that it could switch at any time to go bearish. So you want to protect your downside. Always have your stop losses in place. You can see we broke buy side liquidity. You can see this line right here, which is showing your current high. So I really like how we have the multi-time frame fair value gaps coded. It really looks clean to the eye. You can show your previous history on your fair value gaps. Show you where your multi-time frames used to be. Alright, so currently we broke buy side liquidity. Attempted to create a breakout, make a new high. It consolidated back down, and you can see we're still pushing up towards that buy side liquidity. So right now on the 1 hour, we're moving up. See, as we zoom in closer on the 15-minute, we're moving up. Now if we go in settings, you can see the fair value gap settings I have on mitigation of 99%. That's why this one's still showing up. It was a bull imbalance. You can see it about covered the whole box. You can see what little part did get mitigated, or this one would have disappeared. So this is your bear imbalance. So on the overall breakdown of the US30, you can see we're currently moving upwards, but I would definitely be looking for a discount area. I would be looking for an entry point or bounce towards this sell side liquidity, this bullish imbalance here on the 15-minute, towards the bottom of this sell side liquidity. So moving on to the S&P 500, you can see going all the way back to February, we have downtrended pretty significantly, all the way from like the 4,600 mark, all the way down to like the 3,700 mark. You can see here before the reversal, we had 3 equal bottoms here. We dropped significantly downward, and we haven't had an equal low yet. So what I would like to see on this one is to retest this 3650 mark as an equal low before continuing to the upside. Zooming into the 1 hour, you can see your multi-time frame fair value gaps. You can see your demand zones. Now as you look at this, you can see we are currently still moving up, but you can see where this buy side liquidity happened at was this previous resistance point. Now if we break this buy side liquidity point and we continue to make new highs, I start looking over here towards the left for points of interest that you could take profit points from. So if you're going to be looking for places to take profits off the table, it's according on how long you want to be in the trade. But in looking at this, these are 3 points I'd be taking some positions off the table, looking for resistance points from previous price action. Same thing on the S&P 500. I'd be looking for to retest this as if we do get a reversal to the downside. I'd be looking at this spot somewhere around this area. To get a retest of this equal bottom. Moving on to the Nasdaq, you can see we've also been downtrending for a while. Going all the way back to February, we've been downtrending. Very similar situation. We're in a consolidation phase. You can see how fast we dropped off, and we are consolidating to the right, looking for this support area to hold. So you can see your bullish fair value gap time frames. You have 3 on the 4 hour here. You can see your imbalances. Now you can also extend this out. So if you wanted to extend your fair value gaps to the right, you have access to do that. As you can see with your fair value gaps and imbalances, they're all on the bearish side. So if you can see a consolidation phase or a drop lower to the lower side that breaks this top support, you could definitely be looking for sales and just protect your upside, obviously, with your stop losses. So moving on to the UK500, the FTSE 100 index, you can see they have not dropped off nearly as significantly as the other indices. Going all the way back to February, you can see the strength it had over the US market. Yeah, it did drop down, but if you look at the overall time frame, it's really just consolidating to the right. Really holding these tops around the 2600 mark, and we are currently in a downtrend, although you could classify these three bottoms as equal lows. So you can currently see your bearish fair value gap there on the 4 hour, and these are 1 hour time frames that we're currently looking at. So you can see the huge wicks to the upside near this buy side liquidity, but you can see these 3 wicks here. You can see these 3 wicks here. Really finding a resistance point around the 7200 mark, and it's definitely looking like a great place. So if I were going to take this trade, I'd be looking for this discounted area up here to take the trade for the sale. That's not what I wanted. So if I was going to look for a sale, I'd be looking in this discounted area, and I would be putting my stop right above this buy side liquidity. There's a couple different places you could target. Now let's say if you was going to target this second bullish fair value gap, that's where you can pretty much assume it's going to break this first imbalance. This trade that you could take would be an 8.3 RR. Be a great risk to reward trade. Another way you could trade it is you could go to this imbalance down here and then just take some position off the table as you passed these previous imbalances. So it's whatever strategy you come up with, how you want to trade. It's completely up to you. Our goal is just to provide great tools for you guys where you can actually see the charts better and make better decisions on your trading. So let's go ahead and head over here to the Nifty 50 index. You can see going all the way back to February, we have downtrended. We had highs up here around 18,000, and we currently made a low around the 15,200 mark before seeing support and climbing back up. We're still in a bearish market. You can see all your demand zones and fair value gaps and multi-time frames are all on the bearish side. You can see your previous bull fair value gaps here. You can see this break of structure that happened here. You can see a lot of resistance points in this area. So I really like this area to see a resistance point on this up climb. So to me, if we can get somewhere in this area and find a resistance point to find that buy side liquidity somewhere in this point to go back to the sell side. So whenever you're doing your overall analysis, I'll always use your larger time frames, because to the naked eye, that's going to be your most accurate. Now, don't try to judge the market. All you're trying to do for yourself is find the overall direction that it's currently going and where you think the future is going. That way, whenever you go down to your lower time frames, you'll have a better analysis on where things are headed. So going over here to the bank Nifty Bank, you can see very similar to the other indices, but it's really not downtrended as significantly as the US markets, which is good. You can tell the US markets were a little bit overinflated. So whenever you look at this, I'm seeing equal bottoms here, which is good for overall prices. You can see the downtrend here. So when we're doing our analysis, this is some of the things you're just kind of looking at with the naked eye. So we've downtrended significantly. This kind of made a pretty much consolidate into the right triangle in this bearish market. You can see these bullish fair value gaps that we previously had that got mitigated is really, you can see it's a resistance point for current prices. And that's kind of where we're at right now. So let's go ahead and zoom in a little bit more. Let's go to the lower time frames and see how price is reacting to this resistance point. So currently on zooming in, you can see these two bullish fair value gaps on the 4 hour are on the downside. You can see price has found a resistance point up here at the buy side liquidity. At that price point, it's going to be somewhere around the 35,182 mark. You have your 5-minute demand zone at the 35,050 mark. Now, if this buy side liquidity gets broken, we are moving to the upside ever since the 1st of July. So this is your previous resistance point. So like I said, we don't predict the market. We make analysis on what we believe price can go to. And then we play the price action with the smart money concepts. So you're looking for those discounted areas, take your trades. So what we're going to be looking for is we're going to be looking for price to break this buy side liquidity, and you want prices to hold above this buy side liquidity, show strength right through here. Now if you do that, you can take a long trade and put your stop below this buy side liquidity. Same thing if we do start going to the downside and you're going to take a short, you're going to be putting your stop above this buy side liquidity. So again guys, if you're new to ArtiumPro, make sure you head over here to the website, start your 7-day free trial. Make sure you join our Discord channel, join our community. We have the announcements section. You can go in general chat, talk with other traders. We also have a trading area. If you're trading different things, you can crypto, energies, forex. You can actually list your losing trades and just be a part of the community and interact with other traders. So I hope you enjoyed the video. That's going to be it for the day. This is going to be the breakdown on the indices around the world. If you would like me to cover a particular indice that I didn't cover today, you can reach out to me in Discord and I'll add it to a future video. I hope each of you have a great Friday, great weekend. Stay blessed, and we'll see you on the next video. Take care.